Well, it's really nice to be back with you all. And I think today I would like us to start on our backs. And so feel free to have your legs be however they're comfortable, bending your knees, resting your knees against each other, resting out to the side, having your legs straight, whatever is going to be restful and comfortable for you. And also with the arms, you can have them just out away from the body. You can rest your hands on your lungs. Then kind of use the hands as a guide to your breathing. And I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable. If not, just keep your gaze soft and fixed. And just take this first moment to feel your body laying down. Probably the first time you've laid down since you woke up this morning. So just take in this orientation of the body, not just on a physical level, but just see how it lands mentally, emotionally, neurologically, to be in a restful position, particularly in the middle of a work day. For those of you who are working still. You can see if there's any parts of your body that still feel like they could relax a little bit more. And maybe intentionally bring the mind to any tension that's in the body, taking a deep breath in. And when you exhale, consciously letting go, relaxing, letting go. And just focusing now on the breath. You can feel the breath emerging into a softened belly. You can feel the breath expanding up from the belly into the ribs and solar plexus. And you can feel the breath flowing from the belly to the ribs, all the way up to the chest. And exhaling slowly out from the chest and the ribs and the belly. So there's not just a sense of rise and fall to the breath, but a movement up and down. You see if the mind can stay with the breath for another few moments, letting go of everything else. Now we're going to add some very simple movement to the breathing pattern. So start with your arms alongside the body. And on an inhale, we'll lift the left arm overhead. On the exhale, return the arm and turn your head to the right. Inhale, right arm overhead, head comes center. Exhale, arm back down, head turns to the left. Inhale, left arm overhead to the ground behind you, head center. Exhale, head, arm back down, head to the right. Inhale, right arm up, head center. Exhale, arm down, head left. And just continue like that, alternating arms, bringing the head to neutral on the way up and turning it away from the arm on the way down. Still breathing, belly, ribs, chest. And last one. And then letting everything rest. Feeling the rest again. Really taking the time. The rest isn't just what happens in between the other stuff that's important. The rest is the important part. We do the other stuff for the rest. We don't rest in order to do the other stuff. So let's bring the knees into the chest. And either with your hands still on your knees, or if you want to work your abs a little bit, your hands can be off your knees. Circle your knees away from each other. And coordinate with your breath. So let the pacing of your breath set the pacing of the movement. And you'll see where in the breath cycle the legs want to move away from you and where they want to come in toward you. And when you feel ready to go in the opposite direction, go ahead and do that. And then bring the knees together and hug them in. And then with the hands on the knees or off the knees, circle the knees around in the same direction. So circling them as one unit, not mirroring, moving the legs together as one unit. So they never come apart, they stay together. So Kelly, take a look for a second. Both legs going together. Yeah, and you're welcome to keep your hands on your knees. And reverse directions. And then hug the knees in again. And then bring the arms to rest by your sides. And just straighten the legs as you inhale, bend the knees as you exhale. Straighten and bend. Now, when the legs straighten, bring the arms up and bring the arms down when the knees bend. Continuing up and down. And then you can modify this if you prefer. The arms can go all the way overhead and then back down, or just straight up in the air. So you're either making a U shape with your body or an L shape if the arms are overhead. And this next time you bend the knees, bring the feet to the ground. Have the feet hip width apart, close to your buttocks. Arms alongside the body to begin. On the inhale, we'll lift the arms overhead and lift the buttocks off the ground. On the exhale, we'll peel the spine back down, one vertebra at a time, letting the arms rest by your sides. Continuing to follow the pace of your breath. Lifting as high or as low as you wish. Just feel into what will serve you best. If you want to lift high, you press into the feet a little bit more. And then at some point, if you want to stay in the lifted position, feel free. If you're feeling kind of done with this, you can just rest with your buttocks on the ground. If you want to keep moving, keep moving. See what's going to work for you. And if you're in the kind of bridge-like pose with the buttocks off the ground, you can try to push your feet forward, away from your face, to lift a little higher. And then let's all come down, bringing the arms back alongside the body. Then just lift your head, reach the hands forward past the thighs for a moment, just as a little counter stretch. Feeling the breath perhaps spreading across the upper back. And relax back down. Beautiful. Then when you're ready, you can roll over onto your side. Then make your way up into a table position on hands and knees. You can be on fists if your hands are happier that way, or palms with the fingers spread wide. We're just going to do a simple cat and cow. If you'd rather do an upward dog and a downward dog, you're welcome to do that. On the exhales, we're going to round the back. On the inhales, we're going to curl the tailbone up and then ripple up from the tailbone all the way up to the top of the head. Finding your own way. And again, the breath is what sets the pace here. So take however long it takes you to complete a breath. That's how long you're going to be in each of these two postures, the cat and the cow. Maybe you want to close your eyes and pay attention to the movement of the spine. See if you can almost feel the spine curving one vertebra at a time. See if you can feel the breath rolling up from the belly to the chest and releasing all the way out on the exhale on that cat stretch. Okay. Come back to neutral spine, our table posture. And we'll bring the right forearm down under the chest. Send the left forearm forward. Except we're going to modify our half puppy pose today. And we're going to walk that left hand over to the right. And then we're going to let the head relax down. And we're going to pull the left hip back. Now see where the breath shows up here. The shape of the body is helping the breath move into different places that might be a little bit stuck and can open up a little more with the breath. So just practice your deep breathing and see where it goes. Then lift your head, slide that right arm all the way over to the left, and bring the left arm all the way over to the right. Bring your head back down to the floor if you're able, letting your chest rest over the cross of the arms. And then feel where the breath is able to make a little more space as you inhale, where you might relax a little bit more as you exhale. Press down into the elbows to lift your head. Come back onto hands and knees. Then bring the left forearm down. Send the right arm all the way forward, inching with your fingertips to get that length. And then walk that right hand over to the left. Sink down. Pull your right hip back. Find the breath inside the posture. Okay, lift your head and send that left arm over to the right. Send the right arm over to the left, crossing, and then dropping the head once again, if you can, resting it on the ground. Letting the weight of your torso release onto the arms. Press into the elbows to lift your head. Return the hands to the ground. Come up onto hands and knees. And just shake the body out any way that would feel good. You can move your head around, feel your neck. And then moving your way when you're ready back to stillness. So we'll send either one knee or both knees out to the side. It works just as well. If you just move one knee, you can move both. And then take them as far out away from each other as they'll go, but keeping the knees in line with the hips and then the ankles in line with the knees. So you're making a bunch of right angles here in this frog shape. And then if you can come down onto your forearms, fine. If you can come down onto your chest, fine. If you're on your chest, then the arms also take the frog position. Elbows out to the side and then bent 90 degrees. Just every time you exhale, try to relax your hips and pelvis toward the ground. If you inhale into the place that feels tight, what does that do? Even just imagining that, just focusing your attention on where it's tight, where the stretches, and imagine breathing there. Okay, now bring the legs together and come onto the belly. You can take a moment to just rest the forehead on stacked hands. Feel the breath moving against the ground. I'm going to give you some options for this next practice. You can leave your hands on the ground and just lift your head and pull your shoulders back. You can bring your hands to your shoulders and pull your elbows back. You can send your arms forward or you can send them back. You can also work the shoulders a little bit and just be here and here and make it a moving practice. It's nice to have options and see what interests you to do and also why it interests you. Like, why am I choosing this one? Does it feel the best? Do I think it's the hardest and therefore that's the one I should be doing? Do I think it's the easiest and that's the one I want to do? So many of our choices we make without knowing why we make them. It's kind of fun to investigate what I like about this one. Okay, and when that feels complete, you can rest your hands and rest your forehead back on your stacked hands. Then you might like to just roll your head from side to side. So, like rolling to the left temple and then across the forehead and to the right temple. Just feeling that in the neck, maybe loosening up there. Okay, and then finding your way back to stillness. Let's bring the left foot in to the left buttock and pull it as close to the buttock as you can get it, and then press the buttocks down to the ground. So you want to imagine like you're trying to bring your tailbone toward your pubic bone. Stretching out that leg muscle, biggest muscle in the body. And then we'll take the foot the other way, extending the right arm out in front, keeping the hips pressing into the ground, bringing head center. And then we're going to kick the foot up and back as we lift the head. And then you know the other options. You can also lift that right leg if you want. You can also lift that right arm if you want. Again, seeing what's going to serve you and why you're making the choice that you're making. And release down. Turn your head to the side. Return your right arm to the side. Feel the body sinking into the ground below. Feel the breath breathing into the ground below. And then pull that right foot in toward the buttock, pressing the hips into the ground, pressing the tailbone down. And then the left arm will come out in front of you. We'll kick the right foot away from the buttock and up toward the sky, lifting the chin and chest. You can press that left hand down into the floor to help lift. You can take the left arm off the ground. You can take the left leg off the ground. You can use the breath to lift the chest off the ground a little more. Inflate the lungs so deeply that your body floats up. And relax down, turn your head the other way, whichever way you didn't do before. Bring the arm by your side. Relaxing, breathing, resting. And then bring the hands under the shoulders, head center, and press yourself up. And bring your hips back to your heels. We'll come into Mecca pose. Arms out in front, folding forward. Pressing forward with the hands to send the hips back. Sending the breath into that nice long stretch through the torso. And then keep the hands where they are. Lift the hips off the heels. Spread the fingers wide apart. Curl the toes. Take a breath in through the nose. And exhale, lift the knees, but keep them bent. Press forward through the fingers and push the ribs toward the thighs. Roll the shoulders down the back. Really bend over, letting the torso try to fold onto those thighs with the knees bent. Drop the head down. Press the fingers forward. And then press the left heel down. Straightening the left leg, staying folded over the right leg. Let the head relax down. Keep the shoulders down the back. Stay connected to your breathing. Beautiful. Change legs. Right heel presses down. You'll notice maybe this side feels a little easier. This side feels a little tighter. Keep pressing forward through the arms without making, through the hands without making space in the shoulders. So you want to keep the arms inserted deep inside the shoulder sockets down the back. And then press both heels down. Roll the elbows down toward the floor. Move the chest toward the thighs, even though the legs are straight now. Breathing belly, ribs, chest, even though the body's upside down now. Good. And then walk the feet up to the hands. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, roll yourself up. Reaching the arms forward, up, back, and down. And then again, forward, up, back, and down. One more. Just stand for a moment, closing eyes if that's within your practice, otherwise gazing down, feeling the feet, feeling the body now in this new posture, standing. Letting the head rise up to the sky, the legs sink down into the earth. And then we'll take a big step back with the left leg. And that foot will be on an angle. Hands at the hips, and we're going to try to square the hips off to face front. Bending the front knee. And press the left thigh back and really feel the connection of the left heel into the ground. And then imagine there's a string that ties the right knee to the tailbone. And we're going to move that right knee forward a little bit, and it's going to bring the tailbone with us. Take the arms out into cactus arms. And we're going to inhale and send the elbows back and the gaze up. And then exhale, straighten the legs and fold forward. And then inhale, bend the front knee, come into cactus with the chest out and the eyes up. And then exhale, straighten the leg and fold forward. And continue like that at your own pace. So you have to really elongate your breath because it's not a quick transition from one to the other. So see if you can take just one inhale to come up and come fully into this posture. And then one exhale to come down and forward into your pyramid. The next time you come up, we're going to hold there for a moment. We're going to turn the palms to face each other. And we're going to send the arms up while keeping the shoulders down. Bring that right knee forward. Bring that left hip forward. Press the left heel down. Lift the heart. Beautiful. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a breath in. And then when you exhale, hook that left elbow over the right knee. See if you can keep the back heel off the ground, on the ground. If not, you can take it off. Now, as we inhale, we're going to reach the chest forward. So we're going to lengthen the spine. And then on the exhale, press the right hand down into the left hand, moving the chest toward the palms. Come center, bring the hands to the ground, straighten that front leg, and fold. Stay here and breathe and try to take weight out of your hands if your hands happen to be able to come to the ground. Really release the torso over the leg. Scoop the lower belly like the pelvis in and up as you exhale. Beautiful. Bend that front knee a little bit. Step the back foot forward. Soft knees, chin to chest. Roll yourself up, and this time take the arms back and up and forward and down and back and up, forward. One more. And then just coming to rest. Seeing where the weight is in your feet, where the breath is in your body, where the mind is in your experience. Where does the mind gravitate to? And we'll take a big step back with the right leg, bringing the foot at an angle, bending the left knee, hands at the hips, and then just turn the hips a little bit to the left so that they're both facing front. Press the right thigh back and really nail that right heel into the ground. And then we'll go ahead and glide the tailbone and the left knee forward. Beautiful. Come into our cactus arms. Inhale, send the elbows back, the chest and eyes up. And exhale, release over that left leg. Inhale, coming back up. And then just continuing at your own pace. And the next time you come up, stay there. Staying in the up position, not the down position. Turn the palms to face each other. Pull the shoulders down the back as you lift the arms up. Chest up, the eyes, the thumbs can move back. Feel the breath lifting into your heart. And then bring the palms together at your heart center. Take a breath in and exhale. Hook the right elbow over the left knee. Don't worry about the hands for a moment. Take a breath and lengthen the torso. So you're going to move your chest forward like you're trying to straighten your spine. And then on the exhale, press your left hand down into your right hand toward the heart center. Continuing to breathe. Beautiful. And then you can release the hands down and fold over that straight leg, pulling the left hip back. Exhaling and lifting from the lower belly in and up. Taking weight out of the hands and just letting the upper body release over the leg. Beautiful. And then bend the front knee, step the right foot up, lower the buttocks down. And then come onto the buttocks. So I'm going to give you some options. Either you can stay here and bring your right ankle onto your thigh and do this version, or you can lay down and do that version. So the right foot is gonna be extra flexed. If the left foot is in the air, that too will be flexed. And if the left foot is in the air, you're gonna move the left foot toward the right foot. If you're in the upright version, then you might want to have your hands on the ground behind you and move your back ribs forward. If you're not lying down, then come to lie down. And then release the right leg straight out onto the ground and hug that left knee all the way up toward the left shoulder. Flexing the right foot. Beautiful. Now bring the left hand around the left ankle or wherever you can reach and place the left foot on the floor. Bring the right hand to the left side of the head. So the arm is going to come up and over. And then bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And then inch your left foot away from you at the same time. Okay, and relax, release the arms. And bend that right leg, place the left ankle on top of the right thigh. You can come in the upright version of this. For some people, that's a better stretch. Pressing back through the hands and bringing the ribs forward, or you can stay on the ground. Either way, that left foot is flexed. If the right foot is in the air, it's flexed as well. Either pressing back ribs forward or pressing right foot toward left foot. Let the breath be so deep and slow that you really feel the body relaxing on that exhale. Okay, release the left leg out straight onto the ground. Hug the right knee into the chest, flexing the left foot. Just taking this simple wind relieving pose. Maybe feeling the hip crease soften. And then bring the right hand around the right ankle or shin and bring that right foot to the ground. Bring the left arm overhead so that the hand comes to the right side of the head. And then move the head so that the left ear comes toward the left shoulder. And then inch the right foot forward, away from you. Still deep, full breaths. And then release the hands, bring the head to neutral. Bring that left foot to the ground so both knees are bent. Lift the hips, tuck the tailbone, release the legs and shake them out. Unless it's not comfortable for you to have legs straight, and then you can come into one of those same options I gave at the beginning of class. And you can let the arms rest out away from the body, please. If you're using an eye pillow, hopefully you've already put that on your eyes. And we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth, releasing into the ground, body heavy, relaxed. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, parting the lips slightly, mouth relaxed. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. Turning the full, still attention of the mind to the feel of the breath. And then release the activity of breathing. Let the breathing become passive, happening without your help. The breath doesn't need you, but you certainly need it. So give it the reverence that it deserves by offering it your full attention. And if you notice the mind wandering away from the breath, that's fine. That's what the mind does. As soon as you notice, you have the ability to start again, coming back, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting everything go now. Breathe into your heart, your fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock gently from side to side. Come center, bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And roll over onto your side. Take a moment here to once again feel the feeling of rest if it's there. Maybe appreciating yourself for giving yourself that gift. In this world, such a precious commodity to take time out to rest. Everybody's running and doing and busy. And here you are doing this. Such a gift. And when you're ready, you can come back up to sitting any way that you're comfortable. Letting the sit bones sink down, the spine lift tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale the hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Been practicing without you all these weeks, as have you been without me, and it's nice to come home to you guys.